So
Yeah.
with your expertise, without giving away your secret sauce and not having them come through your program, but what's one thing someone who's struggling with this can do today to make their lives less stressful and more productive? Can you give them a tip?
Yeah, well, I think about anger, I think the main thing people need to understand is there are a lot of myths and misconceptions out there
Mhm.
about anger that keep people. My voice just my voice just went away. That keep people stuck with
Mhm.
their anger when they really could get rid of it.
Mhm.
And so like, or for example, people think like I did many years ago. If you frequently get angry, you think, well, I'm always going to be that way. That's just part of my makeup.
I
That's
see.
just my personality. It's like something that's fixed,
Mhm.
and it's not. It may. The truth is, many people go through their entire lives remaining an angry person,
Yes.
but it doesn't. They don't have to. I mean, if they had the right way of looking at it and the right system for understanding it, they could turn that around, very quickly. But so it's a myth that that's just the way that's just the way I am. It's not
Right.
just, you could be different. Like, again, I went from being very, very angry and volatile to nothing, almost nothing. So that's one myth. Another myth is people believe there's only two ways to deal with anger. We've been told this. We've been told you can either express it or suppress it.
Oh,
And we know that suppressing anger isn't good for us.
no.
It can lead to illness and just makes you crazy. And expressing anger isn't that great either. It causes other people to have reactions that aren't always in the right direction we want it to go. So, but people don't understand there's a third option, which is what I teach people how to do is you just make your anger disappear whenever you want. And if you want to be angry, like you're dealing with a customer service person and you got badly treated in a interaction, commercial interaction, and you want to use a little anger to make something happen, you can do that. But when you're angry and you don't want to be, you know how to step in and just get rid of it, dissolve it, make it go away. And again, there's no punching bag. You don't have to run 5 miles. The third big myth is that only the people who have real big blowups, really horrible anger blowups, they're the only people that need to do something like this, learn how to deal with their anger.
Oh, right.
And the truth is, we all could benefit from this because the
Mhm.
little things that annoy us every day, that make us upset or pissed off or resentful. Every day they build up, they eat away at our organs, it's little by little. We don't notice it, but little by little, it causes problems. And most people don't know that they can stop doing that. They can stop having those cumulative little things, and those can destroy a marriage
Yeah,
over time.
of course.
They can alienate your kids over time and have them not
Mhm.
want to spend time with you or talk to you or stuff like that. I remember years ago, my wife is a veterinarian, and she had a conference at the Grand Canyon, and so I tagged along because I'd never been to the Grand Canyon, but I had seen lots of pictures of the Grand Canyon, and I even went to an IMAX, where you get these beautiful images. And so I said, I've seen the Grand Canyon before. It's no big deal.
A big
And
hole.
yeah, and so I got out there, and you go up to the edge. You literally there's no railing or anything. You literally can just fall in. Okay, but so I went up to the edge and I looked in, and I could not believe I had this like powerful emotional reaction that hit me like a ton of bricks, and it just caught me by surprise. Like, wasn't expecting anything, and it was so shocking that it made me think, like, why the hell did that happen? Why did I have that reaction? And I realized a little bit later, I said there was two things I realized. I realized I was in the presence of an enormous period of time that had elapsed, like millions of years. And
Mhm.
it's not a concept. It just hits you that it took millions of years for that whole to get developed. And then the other thing that hit me like viscerally, emotionally, was think of all the destruction that's going on little by little, day by day,
Mhm.
tiny little increments. The ground used to be all the way up here, and now it's like a mile and a half down there. and it just got eroded little by little every day, imperceptibly. And I said, my God, that's, as a physician, I said, my God, that's what's happening to my patients. I see them over time. Their bodies are getting eroded. Their health is getting eroded little by little every day. They don't see it. They don't notice it. They don't realize it's a really destructive force.
Yeah.
And it is. And so that was it was a shocker, but it was like, wow, that's basically what stress does to people.